Kevin Cummings, CEO of Investors Bancorp, is here. Good to see you on your earnings release day. And you had good numbers.
Yes, Rhonda, it's good to be here. And we had an outstanding quarter.
Record results, in fact, for Q2. What drove those results?
Well, it was our commercial loan growth. We crossed $10 billion in commercial loans. We had some gains on sales of mortgages and residential loans, and it's controlling our costs. Basic accounting, Main Street banking.
I hope the banks get that right?
Okay.
Now, commercial loans, what does that growth tell you about the economy overall, or is it more specific to your bank taking business from others?
Well, I think it's the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area. The economy is firming up. The opportunities are there. We've expanded our geography into South Jersey and also into Manhattan and the 5 boroughs. And these opportunities are very strong. The middle market is firming up. People are looking to expand, and things are looking good in the commercial lending sector.
Do you get any sense that people are trying to get loans on the books before eventual increases by the Fed, or is it really separate from what's going on in Washington?
Rates have been so low for a long time, and I think on the residential side, I think we saw a spike in the late third quarters when rates crept up. I mean, late March, April period when rates shot up a little bit, but I don't think that's really driving this. This is pure business improvement.
You also had an increase in deposits, so were those new customers coming in?
Yes, basic deposit growth is really the franchise creator in community banking. And we work very hard at that. We've expanded our branches. We've opened up 4 new branches in the second quarter.
It's interesting because we hear a lot about how we're overbanked. There are too many branches, but it's different for community banking. You have a different approach than some of the big major banks. Why is it important to you to keep growing physical locations and expanding?
We're creating our brand. The larger banks are managing the cost line. We need to expand revenues, and we've been doing a great job. We had 14% deposit growth in the last 12 months, $1.6 billion in growth.
What are some of the factors moving forward that are going to be key for you in terms of maintaining growth? I'm sure you'd like to have another record quarter in terms of earnings.
It's the blocking and tackling. It's the relationship building. It's being that community bank that can make quick decisions, headquartered in the local area, headquartered in New Jersey. You don't have to go down to North Carolina, London, or to Toronto.
Do you want to acquire more banks in the New Jersey, New York area?
Sure. We did an IPO last year, raised $2.2 billion. We have the capital to expand, and we're very much involved in the M&A. Every bank that's for sale, the investment bankers are calling us.
So you're looking at other smaller community banks, correct?
Correct. We've completed 8 acquisitions since 2008 through the recession. It gathered in about over $4.5 billion in deposits. And M&A is a big part of our growth plans for the future.
Would you expand outside of the metro region?
I don't think so right now. We'll stick to our blocking and tackling. We would look at Philadelphia, Easton, Long Island, and possibly Westchester County.
What are some of the big worry points or things that you have to be extra cautious about now over the next 12 months?
Well, interest rate risk is a big issue now with this low interest rate environment. Credit is always on the forefront, and then the regulatory concerns that sometimes come out of Washington.
But in terms of the interest rate front, typically that's good for banks in terms of higher loan rates means that you can make more money.
It all depends on the yield curve. A flat yield curve would be painful to a bank like us that has a large residential portfolio. A steepening yield curve is very helpful to our net interest income.
What are you seeing on the residential mortgage side of things?
Well, the housing market is firming up. In New Jersey, New York, there's a scarcity. The purchase market is moving. The refi market is slowing down. And I think the first-time home buyer, because of the rising rents in the multifamily sector, is starting to come to look at new home buying.
Kevin Cummings, it's been great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Rhonda.
I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.